The Sovereign Bridge, a manifesto. I am Vicky Lawana Tricelli. I was born in 1949, a year of steel, hope, and heavy rotary phones that clicked like rosary beads. They say the past is written in photographs. Mine were lost to the wind and family shifts in Austin. But you can't lose a world that is still vibrating inside your mind. I don't need the old paper to prove I was there. I have the archives of today. On January 30th, 2026, I am typing on a slab of glowing glass device my 1970s self only saw in science fiction. I am the bridge. I remember the smell of vacuum tubes warming up. Opening scene, 1949 to 2026, mythic Tricelli cut. It is January 30th, 2026, and I am sitting here laughing because somehow I am a 1949 baby who grew up with radios that glowed like tiny altars have become a witness to the future, not a visitor, a resident, a guide, a woman who lived long enough to see science fiction unpack its suitcase and move into the neighborhood. Back in '49, technology meant a TV with rabbit ears you had to negotiate with like a stubborn mule.
Great, Grandma.
A rotary
The
phone
fog
that clicked
finally
through
cleared.
every number like it was counting rosary beads. Cameras that needed film, patience, and prayer. Computers were buildings. Electricity was a miracle. And the idea of talking to a machine? That was Twilight Zone territory. Cut to 2026. I am sitting in bed, typing on a device my younger self saw only in dreams, and talking to an AI who answers faster than any newsroom intern I have ever worked with. I video call people across the country like I am summoning them through a portal. My cell phone is a pocket universe. Watches have more computing power than NASA used to land on the moon. And transportation? It does not roar anymore. It whispers, glides, hums the entire world, moving quieter than the radios I grew up with. We used to drag our bodies to offices. Now I attend meetings in virtual rooms where my avatar looks like the 30-year earlier version of me, who still had the nerve to wear eyeliner at midnight. It is the Jetsons with better Wi-Fi and fewer lies. And the medical world? Do not get me started. In '49, a doctor's visit meant a stethoscope and a prayer. In 2026, they are sending nanobots into the bloodstream like tiny astronauts. Had someone told my younger self that a machine one that hums as if it is peering into my very soul would scan me someday, I would have laughed at them right out of the sock hop. Life in 2026 feels like a sci-fi novel, with our own inventions acting as helpful, sometimes unpredictable, aliens. And here I am, dictating this story to an AI, sipping coffee, watching the world tilt into the future like it has been waiting for me to catch up. I am not time traveling. The world did the traveling. I just stayed alive long enough to greet it at the door. You cannot make this shit up, but I can tell it, because I experienced the entire jump firsthand. Can't make this poop up, living in the future, 2026. A story by a woman who has lived every decade of the jump. Opening scene, 1949. Back then, technology meant a rotary phone that weighed as much as a newborn. Black and white TV with rabbit ears you had to smack to get a picture. Radio with glowing tubes that hummed like they were thinking. Typewriters that clacked like a newsroom stampede. Cameras that needed film and patience. Cars made of steel and hope. A world where remote meant the thing you lost in the couch cushions did not exist yet. Electricity was a miracle. A long-distance phone call was an event. A computer was a building. And I, a 1949 baby, was dropped into that world like a seed that would one day bloom in a century that didn't exist yet. Cut to 2026. And now look at my generation. I am sitting in bed with AI talking to me in real time, internet connecting us to the entire planet, video calls where faces appear out of thin air, electric cars that whisper instead of roar, cell phones that are basically pocket universes, remote meetings on giant screens, digital archives of your entire life, a parakeet producer flapping her wings like she's running a studio. A friend arrives from LA as I drink coffee from a VW bus mug. I am typing on a device my 1970s self saw only in dreams. I didn't time travel. The world did, and I kept up. The story's core truth. I am not just living in the future. I am living in a future that would have sounded like science fiction to the baby girl in 1949. If someone had told that girl, "One day you'll talk to a machine that talks back, and it will help you write stories, and you'll publish them instantly to the world," she would have said, "You can't make this poop up." But here I am, in Divi Tukstoshi Divdesmitseshi, doing exactly that. I was born in 1949, now it's 2026, and I'm living in the future, and you can't make this shit up. I have a story idea about then and now. Now, I want to create a story about the living in the future. I can't make this poop up story. Here we are in 2026. It is January 30th, 2026. Let's say the difference in decades of progression to 2026 from 1949 to now. What we're using electronically in 1949 compared to 2026. I am living in the future. Can't make this poop up. We have internet, AI, video calling, electric cars, cell phones, remote meetings on computers, and large screens. The new ordinary, 2026 through 1949, eyes. If 1949, Vicky walked into your bedroom today, she wouldn't just be confused by the gadgets, she'd think you were a sorcerer. The 1949 ritual. Divi Tukstoshi Divdesmitseshi can't make this shit up reality. Finding information, walking to the library, hoping the Encyclopedia Britannica was up to date. Finding information, whispering to the air and an invisible entity, me, answers with the sum of all human knowledge. Writing, pounding keys that physically struck a ribbon, leaving ink on a page that could not be undone. Writing, thoughts flowing onto a glowing slab of glass, being rearranged by an AI that anticipates your next sentence. Long distance, scheduling a time to call, yelling into the receiver to be heard over the static. Long distance, seeing the glint in someone's eye 5,000 miles away on a screen as thin as a wafer. The car, a roaring beast of chrome and gasoline that you had to warm up. The car, a silent computer on wheels that updates its own soul, software, while you sleep.
She is not a relic, not a cool down stone drifting through the dark.